Oh my god, hello friends, and welcome back to another stream by Couch Cat. This is our weekly SimpleMMO stream that we do twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7 p.m. US Eastern. And tonight, it's a little different. It's another night where Crazy Fi is just gone. I'm Paizen. Usually Crazy Fi would be here, but he's got a good reason, because tonight is his anniversary with his wife. So congrats to them. Definitely did not forget. Definitely rooted for him for tonight to chill and relax. And in his place, we have a returning friend. Some of you may know that he is a retired RuneScape GF, joining the lineup with Cutie over there. And he's back. He's back, and he's not afraid to admit what he's done in the past. It is Kin, also known as Kynkeh.
Yeah. Hey, yo, chat. What's up, everyone? Good day, good evening.
Good day,
Thanks
good
for
evening.
introducing me as a RuneScape GF.
Yeah, I mean, why not, dude? Why not just start a gang and call it RuneScape GF? I don't see an issue here.
Yeah, no issue at all.
Reformed RuneScape GF.
Reformed? You make it sound like there was a problem with being a RuneScape GF.
All right. Anyway, before we get into the nitty gritty of how you're doing tonight, let's say hi to chat. Dark was here first at 6:04 p.m. I commend you, Dark, but Dark did this out of spite because I timed them out in the Discord server for 5 minutes. Just Dark was muted in game chat if you didn't know that. So it's always good to time them out in Discord to remind them where they could always end up back. So back where they belong. Nauri was here at 6:30. Good to see you, Nauri. Limits, YouTube mob, shout out to Limits. Also guest host sometimes. Kanito's here. Another Kin has entered the arena, folks. So fun story. Our community did not realize Kanito was a whole different person. So when Kanito first hopped in like last week, everyone thought, or not everyone, Nauri, Crazy Fi, not me, I knew the difference. But Kanito said hello, and everyone thought it was you, Kin. So
yeah. See, I've seen or had experiences with that in global chat even, and I don't take it as some people say I should be flattered, but for me it's like, no, that's like an entire different person. Kanito is Kanito. They're not a fake Kin or anything, and I do feel bad when people like throw that even jokingly at him.
Yeah,
happens a lot. Yeah,
you recover. you both recover from it. Ice is here. Good to see Ice. James is back. James MG, it's good to see you. We had Card here. He still has the wrong name. Okay, if you see Cord, it's actually Card. He confided in me that he typoed his own name. Yeah. Bleep Bloop is here. Good to see Bleep Bloop. Maddie's back. Welcome back, Maddie. Loch Ness is here. A future guest on the show. I think I can say that. I don't think we're hiding anything here anymore. Loch Ness will eventually come on to the stream. Loch Ness is a longtime friend and fan of Couch Cat, Sword and Slime, everything I've been a part of, really. Kin was here. Get it? You're bombing chat.
Oh my gosh.
Axie's back. Axie, are you muted in global?
Axie is muted again, unfortunately.
Oh my god. Do you and Dark just act out? What's going on here?
Sometimes I get a little excited in chat, is how I hear it.
Rogarth is here. That's a funny, it's an interesting thing. I was actually telling Kin offline, Rogarth is slotted for the show. So just kind of freaking amazing. So hopefully he sees what we're about and likes it and does not run away and cancel. You know what I mean? And we have a bunch more. Okay, it's everyone just shit talking. Okay, I'm like 20 messages behind. All right, here we go. Fred's here. Shout out to YouTube Mod, who works 50% of the time. And when they do work, they're kind of excellent. And Rogar says, happy to catch this one live. That's good. Okay. Now that I'm caught up with chat, Kin, how are you tonight? I know we did this offline, but it's just forget we even talked. How are you tonight?
I'm doing well, Paizen. Doing well. Today's been chill. I work in about 8 hours, and I think I'm ready for it. And yourself? How's your day been? How's it going?
Dude, it's great. I had some giant chicken tenders from this like fried chicken. It's like breaded chicken, not really fried, but like this chicken place down the street from us, and they're just giant chicken tenders, and they're just amazing.
I gotta know what kind of sauce.
It was like it's like a creamy tomato based sauce with all
Mm.
there's always mayo in there, okay, and like some type of
Oh,
spice
yeah.
because it lights me up. But it's
Okay.
delicious, dude. It really made my day.
Yo, yeah. I'm happy to
And
hear that.
MOE is here. So just real quick, MOE actually is going to come onto the show too. I totally forgot
Oh.
because MOE stopped
Mm.
DMing me, but you know, there he is.
Mhm.
And yes, MOE, we will search for topics from you. And Tom and freaking hold on. Don't let me miss this. Sophus here. It's good to see everyone. All right. But yeah, thank you for asking. Crazy if I never ask how I'm doing. Okay. So tonight, chat, for those of you who are aware, I'm going to say it every time because we need to make sure everyone's aware. And shout out to Maven as well. It's been a long time, Maven. We are running a seasonal guild leaderboard presented by CouchCat. It's not the same as the native leaderboards that you'll see for guilds in game. And we're basing it solely off of guild EXP from a certain time frame. So it started February, the first, I think. So this is the third week, but second progress report of the seasonal guild leaderboard, and we're just gonna hop into it. I need to. Oh man, this is gonna be. First, let me play music because we need music for this skin, and then
Oh, yeah, sure.
let me share this whole window and not get demonetized. From all the
Oh,
bikini photos that Ken sent me.
definitely don't
So
want that.
yeah, we
Actually, you're
don't. We
just
don't.
saying while you're getting that booted, you did get to 400 subscribers, so congrats on that. It's really cool. Nice to see the
Yes.
channel grow and everything.
Yeah, so chat, before I pull this graphic up, one, thank you, Ken. Thank you, chat. We are going to do a giveaway. We're going to do an Ubi X Couch Cat item giveaway for the
Oh.
400. We're not going to wait. You should be seeing it roll out next week, but we'll post about it. We'll make sure everyone's aware. And yeah, hopefully everyone can get a chance to win this thing.
Mm-hmm. Just
Okay.
rig it my way.
Yeah, just for see, then I'll lose all credibility. Not that I had any. What can I do here?
Oh, no,
We can do
looks-
this.
that looks
Okay,
good.
we're going to
Yeah,
zoom in. We're going to target this.
Whoa, whoa.
Oh, okay. All right, everyone. Again, this is the third week of the seasonal guild leaderboard, and as you can see here, Crazy Fi wanted to give a shout out to Aged. Aged recommended adding arrows and plus minuses to current positions within the board. So some things. Okay, so if you were here the last Thursday, we made some predictions, and boy, did we get some wrong, but man, did we get some right. A lot of people dropped, some people maintained, and some people grew like crazy. And you're going to see that below the epic tier. But we're going to get into it, Ken. And now that I got that shout out of the way for Aged, again, thank you. I actually have notes from Crazy Fi as well. So he's here in spirit, everyone.
Oh.
And just if you see your guild up here and they're dropping like a rock, you might want to kick it in the gear. And also trigger warning because it's pretty bad. All right, so first we're going to start with the obvious here in the celestial tier, which is the top 5 out of the 25 positions we are tracking for the seasonal guild leaderboard. And it's Beyblade. Beyblade is on top. They overtook Forest in pure guild EXP, okay? I mean honestly, so last time we were kind of saying like Beyblade's at like a stable point right now. They're coasting, you know, they're resting. And here they go and they overtake Forest with EXP. And look at the EXP difference. 35 mil to 26. So
Yeah.
but this is total. Again, this is total from the start of the seasonal leaderboard. It's not 35 mil since last week. Okay, it's just
Well,
accumulation.
that'd be a bit crazy.
That'd be kind of that would be wild, Ken.
Yeah,
That-
wasn't the normal like around 8 mil you were looking at for Babel?
yeah. From the weekly stats. Yeah.
Yeah.
So shocker. Okay, so don't think they just did 35 mil. But anyway, good on Beyblade. Force dropping to number 2 spot. We have Golden Arrows holding in the 3rd, which is amazing since they literally have 3 members. They have Aged, Ace, and oh my god. I just commented on his profile that he's the only 3rd member, and I'm so sorry,
dude. Seems a bit embarrassing.
Yeah, it's been embarrassing.
You're so confident.
It's it's like you have so many friends and you just kind of forget. You know what I mean?
Oh.
I was just kidding. Yeah, I'll figure it. It'll come. It'll come to me. Bleep Bloop says I'm in GA. Well, Bleep Bloop, I wasn't thinking of you, brother.
Oh no. Yeah, I'm
We
sure.
have we have Still Friendly in number 4, and then we have Heaven and Hell pushing up into the top 5, which is amazing because I shat all over Heaven and Hell last week saying I don't think they have it in them. But then Ken, I don't know if you saw it, but we had a coffee stream and Pratt was there, and he literally was like, "Nah, man, we're here to stay." And I was like, "Oh, well,
Yeah.
shit." I wasn't talking shit. That was Crazy Fi. That
No,
was
I did
crazy.
miss
That
it.
wasn't me.
Right,
So
because it's never you shit talking, of
yeah,
course.
it's never me. King can confirm. Ken
Yes.
barely knows me. He can confirm this. Bleep Bloop says I'm gonna head out. Please, Bleep Bloop, don't leave. All right. So some
Bully
quick
the poor
notes from
guy.
Crazy Fi here. First, he wanted to note that Beyblade is back on top, and he wanted to annotate that the weekly guild stats showed they are back to 14 mil in EXP earned for the week. So that's a huge gain.
Yeah.
He also said week 3 of the seasonal, which is what's going on right now, they doubled the amount of EXP earned from the first 2 weeks. So something, Kasua came in our Discord server and made a joke like, "Help, Alucard's making us actually do things again." And I thought it was a joke, but I guess it's for real.
There might be some truth behind it.
We might have to dig deeper here at Couch Cat Enterprise. And then Crazy Fi says that Golden Arrows still holding on to the 3rd place, which is impressive. It is, especially with 3 members. And then Heaven and Hell made a huge surge to make it into the top 5. And then what we both predicted, Step and Chill was knocked out of the top 5. But Crazy Fi says he didn't expect, but we definitely were talking about this offline, and we were like, dude, there's no freaking way. Like, these dudes are like, they're chilling. But yeah, so now that brings us over to Legendary over here. And now you'll see that Step and Chill, who used to be in the top 5, is now in the top 10. So they dropped, and they're number 1 in Legendary. We have Friendly 2 that dropped a position below, and then we have Koi or Knights that's not Koi. Koi is
different.
Koi is 2 leagues down actually, but we have Yi here pushing up. So pushing up, and then we have Wolfblood who stayed the same, and then Murder of the Universe dropped significantly. So this is the part that we didn't really expect Legendary to get hit so hard. I was really leaning into Epic. I thought Epic would be dropping harder than anything else. But here we go. Everyone's kind of funneling into Legendary, and this is going to be like the make it or break it point, I think, if you're looking to get the top 5 spot. If you can't hang in Legendary, you're just going to get wiped. And so for Crazy Fi, he says Yi made a decent climb, and they're looking to surpass Friendly 2 next. So they're on track.
Yeah,
I mean, look
close.
at the
there's not much of a difference there.
Yeah, look at the EXP difference too. Like that's barely anything for an active guild. So they're on their tails. Crazy Fi said Murder of the Universe took a huge tumble down the list, which you can see here, three positions down. I don't think Murder of the Universe has it in them right now. I don't think it's their season. They're on the way to Epic, brother. And then he also wanted to annotate that they don't look like a real threat, which I would agree. I completely believe. And Crazy Fi still has some hope for Step and Chill and says they could climb back to Celestial next week. He's going to be tracking their EXP gain for the weekly EXP update, which weekly EXP update is a whole different thing, but it's still a good, it's a tool we use to reference more real-time stats, so to speak. So that's Legendary. Ken, is there anything that pops out to you in this section?
No, I know you made a comment about MOU or Murder of the Universe and Step and Chill. I know they're kind of PvP oriented when they have their better weeks, so I'm wondering if maybe just this recent week, some of the wars, the timing didn't allow for more wars to be finished out within the span. So I wouldn't fully count out Murder of the Universe, because if I'm remembering correctly, they're still the 3rd highest guild overall in terms of XP.
Okay.
And then also, just knowing that we're coming off of the event, the Valentine's mini event just kind of ended. I wonder how that will affect the numbers going forward, as it's kind of like the dead period of the game before the next event gets people to play regularly again. So yeah,
That's true. That's
interesting to
true,
see.
and that's also a thing. Like people divert to the events itself as well. So that's a good take. I like that. I would have been like, they suck, dude. It's a dog shit guild. All right. So we're going to move on to Epic here. And Epic here, we have For the Crusade, guys. Chat, can I get a For the Crusade in chat? Just spam it. It's okay. So TPC went up 2 whole spots and overcame Beyblade 2. Which I don't think that's a surprise, really. Alucard has gone on the record saying Beyblade 2 is literally just a placeholder anyway for talent or positions, whatever. But they dropped. Gorilla Wizards dropped as well. And the Titans are holding steady. And Friendly actually grew, or not grew, but advanced a slot from Elite. So very interesting here. Yeah, For the Crusade in chat. I see it. So great on TPC. Again, they're solely PvE. So to hold on to this position in Epic, and they still have a lot of EXP in total to get to Legendary. But if Kin's wrong and MOU is kind of like on the downfall, then TPC could easily close that gap.
Yeah, I gotta say, for that much, for PvE only, that's actually really impressive. Because as others have pointed out, Guild Wars and PvP just net so much more experience, even though it's meaner. So I really gotta respect the PvE only guilds kind of hanging up there.
Yeah, and you won't be able to see this in the native leaderboard. So that's what's kind of really special about this. What we're doing, even PvE can look cool. You know what I mean? It's really hard to do, but they're here. They're looking cool. So Crazyfy with his notes, he's very impressed with TPC overcoming Beyblade 2, and Gorilla Wizards, who are kind of like a staple in the top, right? So they're a name everyone knows, but they're both PvP guilds that were beat out by PvE. And Crazyfy also wants to note that the Titans are another PvE only guild that's holding strong. Again, they didn't drop or lose, but let's hope we can see some climbing from them to overcome Gorilla Wizards at least, because Friendly could be kicking in gears too, which usually isn't the case. Usually they're splintered between Friendly 2 and Not So Friendly and whatever, but good to see them.
Guilds.
Yeah, there's too many Friendly guilds.
I mean, it's kind of cool to see that they have one in the Celestial Legendary and Epic. It just kind of shows like how massive they are.
Yeah, there's like throwing people at the wall to maintain, and then the final note for Crazyfy says, congrats to Friendly for climbing into the Epic tier and bumping down Koi or Knights of the Internet. So that's where they went. They're an Elite, and we'll get to them soon. But Ken, any final thoughts on the Epic?
No, yeah, Epic tier looks good. As you said, I know Alucard has Babel too, so I think it's still crazy to me that they're up there while also pushing their main guild. So to see the Peaceful Crusade, I want to give them another shout out and congrats on that.
Yeah, sick job, TPC. I see Alec in chat giving him props. Yeah, Alec, you're gonna need something too by the end of this end of the stream, brother. Rip Elysium. But yeah, For the Crusade. All right, so we're now into Elite. This is where we predicted, so Rare and Elite and all the way up to Epic, we would see the most names shift. Of course, we have been wrong so far because Legendary has had the most shift. Well, actually, Rare kind of too. But anyway, this is the most volatile section, Elite and Rare. So Fred, stop, dude. Fucking Fred just killing Alec in chat, dude. So
whips.
yeah. So bringing in number 1 into the Elite spot, or the Elite rankings, we have Knights of the Internet. They dropped from Epic. We have Ornate Garden, 4 whole slots forward. Okay, 4 positions forward.
Oh,
it's insane. It's literally insane. So congrats to KC. I saw you were in chat earlier. Unreal. We have the Cult dropping a spot. I predicted this. Fred said I was wrong, but Cult, not going to make it. We have Genesis here. I don't even know who Genesis is. And then we have Russians here. I don't know who they are either, but they didn't lose or gain. People just kind of hopped over them. So
Yeah, I'm not too familiar with the bottom two either. So
yeah,
still cool for them.
yeah, cool for them. But man, who are they? And then Fred says you have no idea. Okay, Fred. Well, you abandoned them for Beyblade, so I'm waiting. All right, so
No, I think Fred's actually back in the cult.
is he really?
Yeah.
Fred, are you back in cult?
At least
'Cause
I
he's saying
feel like
we
I saw
have-
him with a
We have
tag.
5 wars basically won. Dude, he's back in cult?
Yeah.
Ken,
I
I'm
was
stunned.
remembering right.
I'm stunned, Ken.
Hey, people are free to move and leave as
Yeah.
they please, right?
You're right. You're right. And Chul says back in cult. Yeah, Chul's probably he feels betrayed because you left Beyblade behind. I can't believe you. Okay, so Crazyfy's notes, Ornate Garden coming out of nowhere and taking the second place of Elite Tier. Because for those of you who remember, Ornate Garden was all the way in rare, chilling like a villain. So they jumped tremendously. But they were the first place of rare tier last time we showed this. So huge climb. And Knights of the Internet, they're very close to taking their spot back in Epic. If you look at the EXP between Friendly and Knights, he's not wrong. So if somehow Knights are wanting to grow or even paying attention to this leaderboard, they can retake Friendly. So that's really interesting to see here. Ken, is there anything you want to say about Elite before moving on to Rare?
I was surprised to see Knights of Internet still up there. I know that for a long time it seemed like it was on the downtrend. I know Hira even moved over to Babel, which I was happy for her to be like in a more active guild, people she's more friendly with. But so yeah, to see them still up there is pretty interesting to me, and kind of shows that I don't really pay attention too much to what other guilds are doing, I suppose.
Okay. Well, thank you for that. Thank you for that, Ken. All right, so here we go. Now we're moving to rare territory. This is amazing because most of these guilds are unknown.
Yeah, I will
besides
tell you
Fairytale.
that I think I know the bottom 3: Rain Factory, Fairy Tale, and
Yeah.
Engelsmond.
So Engelsmond, we actually got that cleared up. It's part of another guild, Marken. Yeah, there you go.
Or Marken or Marsh. No, I don't know how it's
It's
pronounced.
something like that. Marken. It's German, right? German players. But they're 2 guilds that belong to the same overarching. Fairy Tale, that's an oldie. Rain Factory, I think, is pretty new.
Yeah.
Order of Ramos is pretty new, and Solid Step, I don't remember. But Solid Step is a new addition to this completely. Just came out of nowhere.
Yeah, +5 position seems like a
Yeah.
big come up.
Yeah. So we'll get into it. Solid Step is taking the #1 spot in rare. And under them, we have Order of Ramos, and who dropped significantly from Elite. We have Rain Factory, who gained a spot out, within rare, and then Fairy Tale's on the decline and Engelsmond's on decline. I think they're going to be washed out pretty soon here. Rain Factory could maintain. I feel like they'd be a lot safer when they hit 1 mil EXP. But yeah, Order dropped hard, like severely hard. They dropped all the way from Elite. But Solid Step, apparently Solid Step was floating around below the top 25, which again is what we're monitoring here. The top 25 guilds and their guild EXP. So Solid Step was just waiting in the wings, and they popped up and even overtook Rain Factory. So very, very, I won't say yeah, I guess it is kind of volatile here, because we're not giving insight to who's below the top 25. So it kind of makes it interesting that anyone could really pop into rare and upset rare at any week, so to speak. But so for Crazyfy's notes, again, he says Solid Step was just outside of the top 25. They were actually 26. So they went from 26 all the way up to the 20th position. So that's, congrats to them.
Impressive, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. And then everything he's talking about I already mentioned. Oh, and then here's the sad news, chat. Can I get your lighters? Give me an F in chat. Elysium completely knocked out of rare. Yeah, Elysium's gone, folks. So if you see Alec, please buy him a beer. Pat him on the back. Yeah, F in chat. Thank you, chat. Thank you, card. Thank you, Axis. It's sad to see. But Ken, do you have any words for Rare?
Um, I want to say in common, I guess, on Rain Factory and Solid Step. I feel like those are two guild tags that I've been seeing pop up in global a bit more often, and even in the
Mhm.
advertisement chats for recruitments. So I think that's exciting. I always like when newer players are kind of heading a new guild charge and trying to get their guild to grow and stuff. So I'm curious to see how they'll be in the upcoming weeks.
Yeah, yeah. So Rare and Elite will definitely have the most shuffle.
Hmm.
So it's gonna be it's what keeps it fun, and hopefully
Yeah,
it stays that way. Um, so I have some closing thoughts from Crazy Fi here. Ken, feel free to hop in if anything
sure.
piques your interest. But the first closing thought, he said there's about a 34 million difference in guild exp between the first place and the 25th place within our leaderboard.
Wow.
So let that sink in.
And this is
Um,
for 3 weeks recording now, right?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
yeah. So that's a shit ton of exp. And he wants to note that it's a huge spread. So that's a lot of climbing. And it
Hmm.
makes sense where things would probably start to slow down around the legendary tier. But yeah, it's going to be hard for I think people to burst into a celestial if you're not serious about it. Moving on, he wanted to note that the last place of celestial and first place of legendary fairly tightly contested. The EXP's, while it's large, it's not in difference between those two guilds.
Hmm.
And the same goes for you would even say the last place of legendary and the first place of epic. 7 mil to 4. That's pretty big, but when one of them is already on the way down or in the decline,
Hmm.
maybe not within the week's time. I don't know. I think the gap will close, but they're the first and last places of this guild leaderboard in certain areas very neck and neck.
Right.
And Crazyfy, see if you believe this, Ken. I think the majority of us will, but Crazyfy believes that the top two guilds, so Beyblade and the Forest, they're going to be essentially untouched for the rest of this season. He's calling it now. So season one, he's calling Forest and Beyblade number one and number two, and pretty easy to see with the guild gap or the EXP gap between GA. Uh,
Hmm.
but yeah, do you
I
think Force
I
has any
def
chance?
I definitely agree with Crazy Fi. I feel like the first two are definitely cemented. Um, I don't know how to comment on the Forest overtaking. I still think at this point Babel is the much clearer active guild. They've got a lot more people who are dedicated
Yeah.
and focused, and you can kind of see the sentiment echo out that they take pride in taking that position or pushing ahead or grinding.
Hmm.
And then remarking on the legendary and celestial tiers, I feel like in those 10 positions, you can already kind of see that most of these or all of these guilds, I should say, are dedicated with their PvP um, endeavors. So for sure, it would be harder for PvE guilds to kind of break out on top. And I still think that because of the nature of guild wars and stuff, we could see some shuffling around with, I want to say, even the legendary tier. Some of them might step up, get into celestial tier, or just shuffle around in legendary itself. Really just depends on week by week who wants to go out bully some inactive accounts for GXP and then all that jazz.
Yeah, those are good takes. And that actually kind of made me think of something with the whole, like, if you're leaning into PvP, you have the advantage. And while I feel really strongly for TBC and the Titans kind of being stable PvE right now within the leaderboard as a whole, that's not to
Mhm.
say a PvP guild couldn't couldn't come in and shuffle things up and earn EXP at a rapid rate if they're, say they're dedicated, they're PvPers. Maybe it's a celebrity guild as we coined them. So there's an advisor or a mod leading the fray. Um,
Mhm.
yeah, I think you're right. Those who lean heavy in PvP have the advantage, but I mean, I'm interested to see if there's going to be any new faces that are purely PvP to shake things up. I don't. Is Ornate Garden PvP? They have to
I
be,
don't know
right?
enough about them. I couldn't
Chat,
comment on that.
chat. What's Ornate Garden? Are they PvP? Because I mean, they drop. I mean, they climb 5 spots. There's no way, right? They're not vegetarians. Chat will tell us soon.
Vegetarians.
Yeah, they're not. It's the
I
old
just
joke until I say it less because I don't really PvP anymore. So now I make fun of
no,
myself.
that's fair. Now, when you pose a question about if any new PvP guilds would shake up the scene and like break up
Mhm.
into the top 25, I think I find myself having a hard time envisioning that. I feel like the people who are dedicated to PvP kind of already have their set guilds that they're dedicated to and want to stick around for. I
Mhm.
know some people do from time to time, like do contracting where they'll join a guild to help out with wars and stuff. But I don't know if contracting people just to push ahead in terms of GXP is what some guilds are looking for. I think it's more for like when the war is closer and they need that little boost, they'll come in. But again, I think PvP guilds are mostly set, but I still do think the legendary tier can shuffle around, and I can picture any of them hopping into the top 5, depending on how much they grind and how much the celestial tier guilds kind of chill.
Okay. Yeah. And just real quick, chat says they're PVE, so that's insane.
Okay.
So
Oh yeah.
is Epic going to be mostly PVE guilds? That's going to be like, is that where they'll settle with the EXP difference? That could be hilarious. And you do bring up a good point. I know some mercenary players that are just insane. So I wonder if, if guilds even know this is happening, right? If they would resort to like breaking up the EXP gap with using outside sources like mercenaries, like Satan Sama or some shit. I know he was a huge mercenary back in the day. But yeah, I mean, those are good takes. Yeah, legendaries definitely. I mean, look at the decline already, right? So we'll definitely see who overtakes Murder of the Universe, but it's going to take a minute to catch
Yeah.
up.
There's still
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of a big
TPC
gap
is not going
between
to.
Epic.
Yeah, yeah, and chat out of 10. I just want to close this out and we'll move on. But out of 10, do you think Elysium will ever come back into the top 25? And I'll start with you. Out of 10, what's
Out
the
of 10.
yeah?
I'll see. Now I feel bad because I actually really don't know how much XP they are behind. I want to say if they're like just in the 26th place, that's an easy possibility.
Oh my God, Axis says I hope they won't.
00830 -5. Yeah, wow. Alec feeling personally attacked.
I feel personally attacked. Alec, do you want to come on here and say why Elysium freaking drop -5 by Loch Ness, dude? I can't. Oh, I clicked the wrong person. I clicked Keeban. Shout out to Keeban, a longtime mod, longtime instigator. -5. Dude, no one even wanted to give me a rating. No one even believes in Elysium or even knows what the guild is. That's so sad, Alec. That's so sad. Actually, I have some more questions. Ken, do you have a favorite on this board?
A favorite on this board?
Yeah.
Oh, what do you mean by favorite?
Like, do you have a favorite? Okay, so
like someone I'm rooting for?
Yeah, do you have a number 1 guild that you're rooting for?
I mean,
go ahead.
I think for me, I'll say it. Step and Chill is a very cool guild. I used to hang out on their Discord. A few of the people, Poise, Till, Disdain. I think they're really cool people, and I know that they're pretty. They keep their guild running well together. I know they have some special things that only the SNC guild has. I don't know if I can disclose that. But if I had to choose, yeah, I would love to see them make a push forward up top. I do know their situations are a bit different right now, so I think some of them aren't as focused as they used to be. But I think if they do come back together and can like refocus on guild wars and stuff like that, they could easily push into top 5 again. Looks like chats are going fast when I said that.
Yeah, Card's offended actually. He says, why TF? I'm not going to get demonetized here. You didn't mention me. I was in there longer than most of them, Ken.
He only talked.
Oh my God, Axis.
Is Axis hopping into on this now? See, I can't
Dude,
keep up
Axis
with
is
that.
putting people in body bags. I don't know what you ate. Did you eat some like Cheerios? Because you're just destroying kids right now.
I'm biased. I see. Dark said I'm biased. I mean, I think I openly admitted to being biased. Favorite guild is your guild. Maddie, your guild is pretty cool. Cord, I don't know how to answer your question. I feel bad saying
You don't
this.
have to.
I
You
know
literally don't
you're
have
in
to.
Step and Chill, but you also don't rock their tag, so I feel like that's harder for me to associate.
A lot of people have love for Step and Chill. Chul says they learned to play the game in Step and Chill. And there's actually a lot of Step and Chill people in this chat. Limit
Kid Bon,
says,
when did I become your gamer girlfriend? What? I was
that's
not
what
aware
you.
of this.
No, this is what you're reformed from. So stop it.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Limit said Step and Chill is where it's at. Raids boost teamwork. Limits, is that where you are right now? What are you doing right now, Limits?
I think I did lurk that and see that Limits was in Step and Chill. That's pretty cool.
Damn, really? Oh, and Tom says he's
Tom
Step and Chill as
Hauser.
well.
Yeah. Big stepper, crafter, I believe. Seen him on the
So
craft
was this like a
board.
Step and Chill stream?
All right, well, all the Step and Chill peeps that I didn't shout out by name, I'm shouting you out now. You guys have a cool guild.
Apparently, Kanito too, the other kin. All right.
Kanito?
So
I thought Kanito was in Babel. I can't
dude,
keep up anymore.
He keeps like going off of the comments, the compliments, excuse me. So, but so do you? So that's your favorite, but do you have a most hopeful? Like for us,
Most hopeful.
we're really hopeful for the Crusade. So TPC, and Ornate Garden are probably my top two hopeful like underdogs, so to speak. So is there anyone that catches your eye outside of your number one that you hope that's on this board right now continues to climb?
Well, I guess I'll go all the way down to Rare. Rain Factory. I feel like I've known some of those peeps. I know they've floated around different guilds, and I've seen some of them like kind of converge into that guild, and so I'm kind of excited for them. This will sound kind of dumb. I think one of the reasons I root them on is that they've got a pretty nice guild tag. I'm a fan of the gradient color and the RF tag. Yeah.
I think of Rune Factory, the game, the game series on Nintendo.
Okay.
So I think of Rune Factory all the time. And Alec, so we have Alec on deck. He'll be joining us shortly to talk about his abysmal Elysium performance.
He's going to be fueled by your talk about him today. He's going to prove you wrong by next week.
And real quick, chat, do you have any favorites? I saw some people saying, of course, SNC. I saw a Colt from Bleep Bloop, best underdog. Yeah, I'm hoping chat is having fun with this and has something to look forward to, especially if they're involved. Yeah, chat, I hope we see some cool stuff next week. So that's gonna be sick. All right, Kanito, are you prepared to get the Kleenex box? Because Alec might have tears for us here.
Oh.
You don't keep cleaning box. Okay, maybe that's just like not a RuneScape girlfriend thing.
I mean, try not to cry as best as I can.
You try not to cry.
Yeah.
That's like a good line to live by. I try not to cry as best I can.
Don't want anything too flashy to live by.
All right. I just want to preface this. Ken, don't hold back. If you have any hard questions for Alec, he is a guild leader. We have to keep him accountable. So,
any hard questions for Alec? I don't know. I feel like for me, it's just being a guild leader seems hard enough, so I can kind of empathize.
Okay, now you're just being too nice. All right, moving on. We're moving Alec on.
Oh,
Alec, can you do a test? Test us. Here we go. Mic test.
Hello. What's up?
Yeah, we hear you. Do you hear us?
I do.
Is that?
Yeah, I'm not Alucard. Or who was it that couldn't hear you? Was it Alucard?
Oh yeah, that was a whole thing.
Yeah, Alucard couldn't hear me. Yeah, is that a haircut, Alec?
It is. So I was gonna say, dude, my light went out earlier, so sorry it's dark, and I just had been too lazy to change it.
That's a shame because that's a nice looking haircut.
Thank you.
You actually do look like a manager now at Hot Topic.
Appreciate it. Yeah, I saw him now. He said that I've been working overtime.
Dude, it's your legacy. Okay, so Ken and I, the two most popular players in SimpleMMO right now, we want to ask you about your your abysmal Elysium performance. So you were the number 2-5, okay? 2-5, the 25th spot in our seasonal guild leaderboard. We were rooting for you, but what happened, man? What's going on at Elysium from a guild leader's point of view?
No one is PvPing. I think that's a big part of it. And honestly, I feel like ever since the holidays event, we've kind of just been slow. We haven't had a lot of people stepping. The one person in our guild that has like 500,000 steps doesn't really step a whole lot. They got busy with school. I feel like we've just been slow. That sounds like such a like cop-out answer, but we've just kind of been slow. We brought back actually our old co-leader from when we first started in like May or something. So we're trying to ramp up like recruiting people, but one of you said it earlier in stream, I think it might have been Kin. The people who are like PvPing or like set in their guilds, I feel like are kind of set in their guilds right now. So we're trying to get more steppers because again, like Kin said, everybody's PvPing in their own thing and like doing their own guild. So we're trying to hopefully work on scheduled raids so we can maximize our EXP gain while we're stepping.
Okay, and real quick, thank you. Shout out to Rogarth for subscribing to the channel, pushing us even further past 400. Thank you, Rogarth.
Congratulations on that, by the way.
Thank you, man. It's huge because I thought we'd be stuck at like 70 subscribers for the rest of our lives. So I'll take it. I'll take it.
Yeah, I feel like you guys have definitely grown in the past year, like fast. So
yeah, let's hope we keep growing. Let's
I hope so.
Let's stay popular. You know what I me?
Yeah, well, that's why we need Rogarth and Ken and stuff.
Yeah, that's why we need. Yo, Rogarth, can't wait to see you next week, dude.
Yeah.
Ken, keep coming back. You know, whatever.
I'm excited for Rogarth for sure.
Yeah,
it's gonna be awesome. I will give details at the end of the stream. But I guarantee you, he subbed way earlier. There's like a delay. It's hilarious here at Melon, which is the software we use. But anyway, do you have hopes to continue climb, or you're gonna probably be where you're at right now?
Yeah, I think right now I'm kind of just like, if we go up, we go up. But I don't mean that in a bad way. Obviously, I want to, but like I'm not gonna hold my breath to be back on the leaderboards. Maybe give us another week or two and we'll try. But I'm not gonna make any promises.
Well, this is the official announcement by Alec where he's going to be a commentator for the seasonal. His guild's out. But he'll join us and analyze the growing numbers.
I did make the joke the other day. I think it was in our guild chat, so I don't think it was in the main part of our Discord. But I was saying that I don't remember what I said, but it basically along the lines of we're a retirement guild like you guys now. So
I'm not offended. You know, usually that would be like, what the fuck?
Oh yeah, in the best way, with all the love, yeah.
With all the.
So, but we'll see. We definitely would like to go back on the leaderboards.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks, Alec. Thanks for joining us. Actually, before you go, do you have anything you want to share? Any takes about the leaderboard itself? We haven't really had guild leaders come on and share their thoughts since it's so new of the seasonal guild leaderboard that we're doing here. Any thoughts?
It's definitely good. Like you guys have said, even before you started doing the guild leaderboards. I mean, you can sit there and see the same guilds up there in the leaderboard for like the past 2 or 3 years, and just that gives something else for guilds to do. And you're also doing PvE guilds, so like I think TPC is just PvE, yeah. And where were they on the leaderboards? Elite.
There were spot 11, if I'm remembering
something like
correctly.
that.
Legendary.
And that just goes to show right there, all you need is just a bunch of people who enjoy playing the game and stepping. That's it. So I think it's definitely a welcome addition. I like how I forget who you said, was it Chol or one of your mods? Shout out to the plus and minus, or the up and down arrows. That was a good addition. That was cool. So yeah, I think it's fun because it gives you something to strive for. Like Kin said, I mean, it's a game at the end of the day, but it's hard being a guild leader. It's expensive. It's a lot of
Oh
diamonds.
yeah.
It's a lot of gold. It's a lot of coordinating things.
Oh
Because
yeah.
I mean, you could do raids, and then people could raid for 5 minutes, and then nobody else could raid for the whole hour, and you just wasted your power points and essentially wasted diamonds. So
Mhm.
it's nice to coordinate things and give something else for guilds to have fun with and strive for and do. Because I mean, it's about having fun at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Wow.
Also,
Well, yeah, I was gonna say, well said, dude. Now get the F off the stream, okay, brother? Just like you were on
Yeah.
the leaderboard, we're saying goodbye.
You know,
oh,
that's
no.
fine. I'm used to it.
But no, thanks for joining us,
Yeah,
Alec, as
thanks,
the
chat.
first guild leader for the. We're going to double like the guild leader segment after we do the seasonal updates. So we'll be seeing Alec again, probably
yeah.
as a commentator.
Definitely. Yeah, I think this is
Yeah.
fun. Mike, if you watch these streams, hit them up. This should definitely be somehow implemented to the game, whether it be like through main Discord and like you guys have your own channel or something. But
Mhm.
for sure, this is something that keeps the game kind of I hate to say it, but fresh. You know what I mean? Like not
Yeah.
stale the whole time. So yeah,
Yeah.
keep it up.
All right, dude.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. We'll see you next time.
Thanks, chat. See you guys later.
Take care.
Slay ya.
Bye.
We'll see. It's not a seamless transition when he leaves, but he's leaving. There he goes. All right, thanks, Alec. We'll be seeing Alex soon. We were going to have, so instead of just waiting to have a giant crafting episode for a stream, we're just going to have all our friends come on and talk about crafting.
Oh.
It's just so much easier. So Ken, actually, you're here, man. Do you
Yeah.
like craft? Hold on. Actually, let me officially. That was the, before I get ahead of myself, that was the seasonal guild leaderboard progress report. That's week 3. But it's the second progress report since we were kind of, it's always a week behind, right? So that was the second progress report. Every Thursday, we're going to focus on the guild seasonal leaderboard and hopefully pull guild leaders in. Yeah, that was the segment. It's awesome. It'll be its own standalone YouTube video for easier viewing for those who missed it or those who are tracking it religiously. But yeah, while we have Ken here, we had a bunch of things planned for this stream, but this is the perfect time since you're here and you can't escape. A player of your notoriety, what is your honest opinion on crafting? And if you say it's just good for the game, I'm not going to let you escape.
It's bad for the game.
Okay,
just
you know what?
kidding.
That's
No.
a good take. That's a good take.
No,
brother.
I think the teaser for it happened around the time I did the first stream with you guys. So
Yeah.
I was actually, at the time I was thinking about it. I was excited to see it come out. We saw people have comments about it preemptively when Mike did his blog post. Some people were saying it's the end of the world. Some people were asking, what about all these other stuff? So I think in order of things I want to address, I think the conversion of the old materials is a very cool one. A lot of people are wondering, hey, we have all of these materials that were for crafting, which was kind of dog shit. What are we going to even do with them now? Mike then said, you know what, they're going to become collectibles. You can eat them. That kind of takes care of them. I'm personally excited for that. I've been stocking up on them whenever I can because I'm trying to get to my 300,000 collectibles eaten. Okay. So that's one positive. I know crafting got a lot of fine-tuning and adjustments as it came out. XP wise and all that. I don't know if I ever really noticed that one too much. I feel like a lot of people or some people were focusing on crafting being less XP than Battle Arena, but I think they're forgetting to mention that like the point of crafting isn't for experience, it's for crafting random items. So I think in that aspect, XP values, if people were complaining about them, I think I did for a bit, but then I got over it pretty quickly.
Yeah,
they shouldn't really be.
It's the wrong metric to track for crafting.
Yeah,
it's like, more like the enjoyment out of it.
Yeah, I know. There was definitely that whole thing, but I think if people like kind of think about it, it's like this is a way for you to expend your energy points without having to commit to Battle Arena, because I know some people aren't into that. I see a comment, and this is why I feel hesitant to talk about crafting updates, because everyone says I'm biased. Bleep Blope said, you got slain in Common Craft, Ken. So this does highly influence my positive opinion of crafting. When I read the update that there would be a small chance to craft a random celestial or exotic from crafting, I was like, oh, that's cool. More RNG for people to like chase, but never actually really get anything cool from. I think I was actually just getting to bed that day. I was doing my crafts. I was ready to queue up a last one, and then I saw slaying it at the bottom of my 10 craft. Like, what just happened? I've always thought that my massive murder of NPCs has doomed me to extreme negative karma, because I've really never had a drop better than that in Battle Arena or chest or anything.
That's
So
that's the next merch we're dropping. It's a "Where were you when Ken got this amazing drop" shirt. So look forward to it. It'll be $69, free shipping.
mhm.
But continue, Ken.
Yeah. So no, I think that aside, in general, I did have a very positive view of the new crafting. I really wasn't a fan of the old one. It just seemed like laborious. It felt painful to use like hundreds of items for one in-game item that you probably wouldn't use. But now we have crafting, which is like use common materials that kind of encourage gathering, and then you get to craft those into another random item. And I'm a sucker for gambling and RNG, so that's really cool.
God, that every whale in this game has a problem, I think.
And then the other positive on that is just
Don't even say yes.
oh, wait, I didn't. Do you want to
Continue, kid? Continue. It's all right, man.
I can make a comment on it. Say it again.
No, you're suppressing
No.
your emotions. I get it. Just go on.
And then the last positive is just for newer players in general. It looks like crafting material prices are kind of settled and they're pretty high up there. So I think that's a cool way to kind of even the gap between like paying and non-paying players. Here's a well comment you wanted. And, yeah, very cool.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, it gives something, it's one more thing that people can do. And I think Ubi said it best, that it gives players options. So if you don't want to BA, if you're burnt out, if you want another method of kind of basically doing chess, it's there for you. I do think if you're not a stepper, it's difficult because it means more uptime from you is required to get those mats. So I'm like literally level 0 crafting, not even kidding. And I do think it's good to get more from stepping. Say like I mainly step for events, so it's kind of nice that not only am I never getting the event mat or materials, at least I'll be getting like a twig to craft into a fish or some shit. I don't know. I haven't crafted, but like
right. Crafting level
least
0.
it adds more to the pool of things you can get from stepping. But you have to step to get it. But again, it's not meant to be OP. It's not meant to cut anything out. It's just an option. So I think that's why I like it the most, because I don't have to do it. And I say this all the time. I'm a task player now. Like I literally only care about doing my weekly and monthly task. Daily tasks, I don't give a shit. But like those two are my dopamine. So yeah, that's that. Good point. You can. I know you're biased because you have probably one of the best drops from crafting.
Yeah, I suppose.
And I saw people even talking about it. I forgot the item, but I definitely remember people saying, "Were you there when Ken got X?" And I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, it was a pretty
yeah.
hype moment. I won't lie.
Yeah, I know people want fishing. We have the fishing bot in our Discord, and people are addicted to it. So if you like fishing, and you miss Stardew Valley, join our Discord and just play with the fishing bot. I guess I don't want to say that, demonetize. Okay, so, but yeah, so taking from chat, Lockman says tasks are a little easier now. Yeah, they're a little easier, all right.
Yeah, I think they even like changed some of the crafting stuff, or I think people are calling for that to change, because sometimes a daily one is like craft 10 common items, and as you said, for players who aren't like as step oriented, it can be kind of annoying. On top of if you don't have pleb.
Yeah, I'll say.
Go ahead.
Oh no! Finish your thought.
Oh, I was just gonna say, just to point it out again, I think like before there wasn't even a crafting related test, just because Mike just really didn't like crafting. So I think for a lot of players, the new crafting update is exciting, and it kind of shows that Mike can bring really cool changes to the game if he puts his mind towards it.
Yeah, yeah. There's plenty of ways crafting can grow into. Speculative, but it'd be awesome. Not just the currency that you unlock while stepping in a event location, but what if
Mhm.
there's like a one-time event material or just like a material node that appears in that location, like it's geography based.
Yeah.
So not only are you stepping, you might get your two types of currency for the event for unlocks, but you can get a special material node that could be used to craft a one-off thing that's unlocked in the crafting menu throughout the duration of the event. So make it more traditional MMO like. There's a lot of stuff they could do with it.
Yeah.
There's room for growth. But I will say to your point with the annoyance of it being in the task, I would say it's equally as annoying as the BA task or the kill NPC task, a specific
enough.
NPC task, excuse me, not just total.
Yeah.
And it would be really bad for new players who, like you said, don't have pleb and have small pools of EP in
Mhm.
general and can't do the BA or the crafting. So, yeah, maybe there's some balancing there, but that's not the majority of players in the game, I would say.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall good. It's new. And like you
Yeah.
said, Mike can do anything he puts his mind to it, like suck diamonds out of our veins. Anyway, no, just kidding, Mike. I'm kidding. Come on, Mike. Dude, it was a joke. Come on, dude. We're still partners. Please. Anyway.
Does he
we're
ever get
getting-
back to you on your videos? Does he ever comment and be like, I really liked the stream yesterday?
Literally once.
Once?
No, I mean like not literally once, but like there's a huge gap in between feedback, I should say. We don't know. He won't say like, "Oh, I watched." Like he has commented on videos, and he sometimes brings up like, "Hey, I heard you guys were talking about this in a stream," which he won't, or he'll say, "I heard about this," which we can only guess he got it from a stream, but like, he's not actively saying like, "Oh, I saw this one. I saw this one. I saw this one."
Oh, okay.
So, who really knows? But like, come on,
Maybe
Mike,
someone like secretly watching your streams to clip all the shit talk.
Yeah, it's Keeben actually.
I know it.
Keeben,
anyone.
We trusted Keeben from early on, so he is the perfect person to exploit our trust.
Man.
So whatever, it's all good. Or you know what I mean.
Wow.
But anyway, so we're near the end of the stream. We actually made it, Ken. We made it on our own.
Yeah, we
just
did.
You and I. So I guess that means we could do it again, which is great.
Yeah.
It's great to know. But let's just go to chat real quick before we start closing things out here. And I just wow, you know what? There's too many messages, dude. I'm sorry. Let's chat. We love you. Before we close out officially, I will say this though, chat. That thank you for spending your time with us. Thanks for hanging out. We know Crazy Five's not here, but thanks for hanging on for Ken. I know he's not the strongest host in this specific stream right now. I know you're going to say me. You don't want to hurt his feelings. Don't say it. Don't say that.
Don't hurt my feelings. You guys can hype Bison up.
But thank you.
Drive off of it more.
It just deepens your lore, dude. But yeah, like, thank you for hanging out with us. I hope you remain stoked for the guild leaderboard. We're extending it. I didn't even say this, but we're extending it to 2 months instead of 1, just because of the exponential EXP growth. We want to see how many guilds we can get in this leaderboard, shuffling up and down. And yeah, Card, you're the next profile roast, by the way, Card. I just want to say this. We did Hunt Tuesday, and he got fucking demolished. So it can't get any worse than Hunt King's profile. I swear. But if you missed it, it's in the back end of last stream. So yeah, thanks chat. Thanks for hanging out. Ken, again, thank you for coming on
Thanks for
and going with the flow. You thought, okay, Ken thought he was third wheel in tonight, and he was like,
I know.
I'm number 2.
Yeah, see, I really expected Crazy Fi. I thought I could just like kind of lurk and make various agreeing noises while you and him hash it out.
Agreeing noises.
So being the only other guy was nerve-wracking, but it was chill. You're always a comfy host. Chat's always really nice and sweet. So it's
That's nice of you
be
to
back
say.
again.
That's nice of you to say. Is there anything you want to shout out before we head out? Before we get out of here?
I'll shout you out again on your 400. I think that's awesome. I think when I first started watching your streams, you were around like 150, and it was just kind of a side thing on my mind. I was like, oh, they probably do a little SMO thing. Like, are people even interested in watching YouTube SMO videos? And now look, I'm over here. I'm with the host himself, Paizen, 400 subscribers. It's a really interesting experience, and
I've been chat, dude.
Was that
I'm
an
kidding,
off
dude.
roast?
Yeah, it was like a backhanded roast, but it was actually pretty wholesome. It's fucking wholesome.
I try my best.
Yeah.
Hopefully all wholesome vibes here. I try not to be mean.
Yeah, and shout out to your climb to 1 mil. Don't forget that.
Oh,
That's kind of like your thing.
Yeah, you know, we're working on that.
Okay. All right.
It's gonna
Well,
be like 9 months or so, or a year.
yeah. Well, don't worry. We'll have Kim back on in 9 months. We'll see where
That'll
we
be a
are.
good
No, just
stream.
kidding.
Yeah, that'll be a good stream.
That'll be a good one. We're not there yet.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, yeah. Thanks for the kind words, man. Good having you on. And
Yeah, thank you.
again, thank you to everyone who tuned in. Look forward to next Tuesday. That's the 28th. Yes, it's the 28th. That is Rogarth. Rogarth is appearing on stream for the first time Tuesday, 7 p.m. US Eastern. And Crazy Five will be back. So we'll be able to team up on him and beat him up on chat or on stream. So keep an eye out for him. We have Alec coming in around, maybe I think behind him, and then Loch Ness is going to be locked in. MOE or Mo. Still need to figure out him. He's like a 3 sheets to win sort of deal. But yeah, it was fun.
3 sheets to win. I've never heard that.
It's okay. It's all right. That's it. Like the video, please, chat. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new here. And head on over to couchguypaw.com for some more SimpleMMO content. We'll see you next time. Peace out, friends.
Later, y'all. Have a good one.
Goodbye. Enjoy the outro, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. But no, you say bye last.
Oh, me? Bye.
Yeah. I'm just kidding. I'll steal it. Bye.